on everybody, welcome back to another brand new video here today. Today we're here for something a little bit different. I decided from now on I'll probably start doing a few of these. Just making some videos on daily races that we do on GT Sport. I decided to make a video on this one in particular because this one was a very tense and very close race as well. I think the gap between the top four was only as big as 4 seconds at one point during the race, so we were all incredibly close to each other, but away we go. And I just want to have a look. As we come across the line, we're already 2 seconds behind the leader, and that's one thing that I do not like about these rolling starts, is if you're down in, say, 7th or 8th, you're already basically 10 seconds behind the leader when the race starts, and let's face it, you can basically ride off a race win from there, unless everyone in front of you basically disconnects or just bottles it completely, and let's face it, that doesn't happen. Speaking of bottling it, that Atenza in front of us almost does that, and it looks like we're a little bit quicker in this opening stage than this Japanese driver in front of us, so we'll try and make a move on Tempest if we can. Still adjusting to Laguna, Seca, I'm not going to lie. You wouldn't think it's a very difficult track to get the hang of, but it really isn't. As I'm pretty sure most of you would know, I am running with no ABS. Now, I know that probably sounds absolutely stupid, and you know what, I probably have to agree with you if that's what you thought. But I'm a stubborn little prick like that, and yeah, for some reason I like to make things hard for myself, so there you go. But we're adjusting to it fairly well at the moment. Still within 1.5 seconds of the leader. So there's been a pretty good first lap. So we'll fast forward a little bit now to a little bit later on. But yeah, this race was just really close between all of us top four. It was one slip up from either one of us, and you could go from 1st to 4th or 4th to 1st even, if some mistakes were made, but it was just so close between all of us. So coming on to the corkscrew near the end of lap 2 now, we're right up behind the Atenza. We've got a Nissan GTR right up behind us as well, and this is exactly what I was saying, is it was so close. You make one mistake and you're basically going to lose the spot just like that. So this whole race was a little bit awkward in a way, because we're trying to attack the Atenza in front of us, but then we're trying to fend off the skyline behind us. So it's a little bit awkward, not going to lie. But we'll fast forward again a little bit now. 23.4 for our first competitive lap as well. So that's nothing too shabby. It's not ideal. But I think that is actually the fastest race lap I've ever done so far. So I'm getting quicker and quicker around here at the moment, but getting on to lap 3, the Atenza goes very wide, and now we've got a good run, but we're just not close enough to try and do anything. I'm thinking about trying to pull a move here in the corkscrew, not going to lie. The GTR you see behind us is all Scarways, and has completely got that wrong, so he's going to drop off from us a little bit. Not close enough to try and make a move on the Atenza, and if anything, we've actually screwed up royally there and run completely wide. Luckily we don't get penalised for that, and if we did personally, then I probably honestly would have rage quit, because that would have been an absolute joke if we had got penalised for something like that, but we got away with it, and yeah, so all good. So maintaining P3 for the moment, and at this point in the race it was really about just trying to be as consistent and as fast as we can. As you can see, if you look to the right, actually, hold that thought, the Atenza has made a bit of a mistake, and now we are right back on the back of the Atenza again, on lap 6 now. We'll cut to the replay camera here, something a little bit different, something that I don't normally do. The Atenza runs very wide coming down the hill here, and we might have a shot. We're going to go pull to the left-hand side, try and make the move, but he defends very well. We're going to try to cut back, nothing going for us there. We're going to try and send in the final corner, are we? Not quite. I thought about it, but he was just loading up on the brakes to hold us off. And now we've got to worry about the Nissan Skyline behind us with a real good run on us here. One thing I know about that car is it is very good on the brakes into turn 1, So we got to watch out for that as he brakes really late and just drives clean around our outside. We're still there just on the inside now, just trying to hang on to P3. I don't want to give up this spot. Side by side into this right hander now. We're on the outside, tiny little bump and run there, but I did kind of turn in and probably not leave him as much room as what I could. So a tiny bit of contact was made, but no harm done, and he takes P3 and we end up down in P4, but still pretty solid race at the moment. Skyline gets very loose in front of us there, very, very tail happy, and he actually gets half a second penalty for that as well. So he's cut the corkscrew would be my guess. Didn't really look at it as we get a little bit tail happy there ourselves, and the Skyline again, it's very, very loose in the back end. You can't get the power down, and that car does not look very happy at all at the moment. And personal best lap of the race from us there, 123.3 on lap 9 as well, no less. So if you look at the right side on our lap times, the consistency is definitely there, bar the 2 laps where we were battling with the Skyline, and I think I made a mistake on the very next lap afterwards, which is why we dropped off a little bit. But other than that, we've basically been in the 23-all race. And yeah, so here's the penalty zone. Skyline going to serve his half a second penalty right about now. But unfortunately, it has literally made no difference. So yeah, I don't really know how I feel about it, to be honest. That kind of felt like an absolute waste of time because nothing's really happened as a result. But yeah, we'll motor on and try and get back into the podium positions if we can. We've got another Australian behind us as well that we got to watch out for. I think he's in a Lexus, I'm not too sure, but he's just been sitting there at the moment, about 1 to 2 seconds behind us. Ever since the Nissan got past us, hasn't really tried to do anything about displacing us from P4. Whether that could be because he's just sitting there biding his time, or whether we are all literally just running on the ragged edge in terms of pace right now. I'm not going to lie, I certainly am. I definitely feel like I'm starting to run out of legs a little bit here, and this is definitely starting to be a bit tough. Skyline goes very deep into the corkscrew though. This might be our chance to get P3 back. We're going to try and maybe sneak up the inside. Nothing happening for us there, but we're right under the rear wing of the Japanese driver, and we try and make a move into the final corner. There's no way from this far back, but even for Daniel Ricciardo, that'd be probably too much of an effort. But we're still very, very close. Can we think about trying to move down into turn 1? Another 123.5, so we're very consistent this race. Nothing doing for us down into turn 1, unfortunately. Skyline just too powerful in a straight line. But this just does go to show track position is very crucial in these daily races. And if you're buried down in the pack, then it's just bad news. Yeah, it's as simple as that. It's just bad news. It's not going to end well. Probably going to end up in other people's mess. And all in all, you're probably just not going to enjoy it. But yeah, for us, this race has certainly been a bit of an eye-opener. Just to certainly realise how much track position is worth. We're only 4.2 seconds off the lead at the moment as well, which is quite crucial to note because we haven't really lost any time to the leader in these last, probably 2-3 laps. While second and third are breaking away from us. They're actually really in the leader, but we're actually staying with him, excuse me. And we've got a reasonable gap over the guy behind us. It's not quite 2 seconds, so we should be safe from a threat behind us. I do expect this Skyline to try to send on this Atenza, probably down into turn 1. So we'll see what happens here. Onto the final lap of the race now. Down into the 124s for the first time this race of our own fruition. But as you can see, the Skyline sends it up the inside of the Atenza in turn 1. Very clean move. The Atenza didn't really bother defending there, which really surprised me. I thought he'd put up a big fight, but literally polar opposite. He made no attempt to defend that position. He tried to sneak back down the inside, but nothing happening for him there. And the Skyline moves up into P2. It's a very neat move. We'll cut back and have a look at that from the wide shot now. And as you can see, down into turn 1, he just sends it up the inside, gets it pulled up very nicely. No contact made between the pair of us, between those two rather. And yeah, the Skyline moves up into P2. The Atenza tries to look back down the inside, but nothing going for him there. You can see the leader just up the road and us just coming into shot there. So we're not exactly miles behind. We're only about 2 seconds behind these guys. So if they do start to battle a little bit here in the last half of the lap and slow each other up, we could potentially snag a podium. We've got the guy behind us as well, about 1.3 seconds, so we shouldn't have to worry about him as long as we can get through the corkscrew. Second and third really gaining on the leader though, you can see it just there, they're really gaining on him. The third place actually ends up with a penalty coming down the corkscrew, so that's not good news for the Atenza. I don't think it's going to be enough to affect the finishing order of this race. Into the final corner, he doesn't try send, probably just realises it's worth consolidating P3. But for us, it's going to be P4, and definitely a learning race in a way for me. Yeah, that just proves how utterly crucial track position is. But P4, I'll definitely take that. Very good race. Total time is my best yet as well, 19 minutes 38, so I will definitely take that. And yeah, I can say I've done a couple of races since and I've got down to 19 minutes and 36 point, I can't remember, but anyway, I've knocked a couple of seconds off my time in a couple of races I've done since this one. This one was only early hours of this morning as well, and I've only really done 3-4 races afterwards. Nothing really happened in any of them, and they were pretty boring as well, which is the main reason why I decided to show this one. I didn't have a lot of action, to be brutally honest, but it really just shows how competitive these daily races can be, especially when you're in with the higher ranked class of people. Just how tough this can be. But there we go, P4. I am happy with that, not going to lie. It's a solid result, and I'll keep trying to learn some things as I attempt these daily races more and more. If you guys want me to make some more videos on these daily races as well, obviously comment down below what you thought of this video. Any feedback is always welcome, good, bad or otherwise. But yeah, I'm not really sure why I made this, to be honest. I kind of just felt like it, and yeah, that's really all I've got to say. I just felt like making something a little bit different, and that's exactly what we've done. So yeah, that's all I've got to say on that front really. But that's been today's video, guys. Probably the second last one of 2019. I'm going to try and have another one out before 2020 starts, but we'll see what happens. But if not, Happy New Year to everybody. But until my next video, guys, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.